Today in Salt Lake City, we've got some legislative maneuvers stirring the pot, especially a new bill impacting where trans students lay their heads at night. This is Dean Bark. Welcome to the City Report with Dean Bark from Salt Lake City. All right, let's kick things off with a bang. Utah Governor Spencer Cox has just signed a controversial bill affecting trans students and their dorm assignments. The legislative kerfuffle dates back to 2022, when initial actions began circling transgender rights in Utah, right up till Governor Cox put pen to paper this February. The tension reached a fever pitch at Utah State University, sparked by a backlash against a transgender student working as a resident advisor. Advocacy groups, most vocally the ACLU of Utah, have compared this bill to the separate but equal doctrines of yore, calling it a step back in civil rights. Supporters claim it's a matter of privacy in shared living spaces. Opponents see a far graver threat. That's the story right there. So what's the takeaway? It's clear that this legislative act isn't just about dorm room logistics. It's about the battle for inclusivity versus tradition, and where today's Utah stands within that cultural clash. Moving on, interim leadership steps in at Utah State University amid sudden presidential changes. After a tumultuous tenure marred by scandal, Elizabeth Cantwell steps down. Enter Dean Alan L. Smith at the helm. Cantwell's term, though short-lived, was fraught with allegations, particularly the athletic department's misconduct cases. One might say she had more hurdles than a steeplechase. The Department of Justice has had its eyes firmly fixed on the university since a 2020 settlement. Now, Smith's interim term is about steering through these troubled waters while maintaining stability. The ultimate tightrope walk in academic leadership, wouldn't you agree? Next up, Utah's controversial higher education bill is causing quite the stir in academic circles. So HB 265 is pushing forward despite a chorus of disapproval from faculty members who argue that measuring education solely by the paycheck at the other end cuts the liberal arts off at the knees. There's a lot to unpack. This bill links education dollars to job placement metrics, sparking a debate about the intrinsic worth of humanities and arts education. As much as we love tech wizards, we need our poets and philosophers too. The broader discussion here is about aligning education with market needs versus nurturing critical thinking and citizenship through broad curricula. In an era where economic pragmatism reigns, what's the arts' survival strategy? That's worth a thought, right? Shifting gears, we head to Utah Tech University, where the much-talked-about selection process for a new president has narrowed down to 3 finalists, none of them insiders. Richard Biff Williams, the previous president, left amidst a cloud of controversy, admitting to misconduct. Talk about a dramatic exit. Now, with candidates like Philip A. Cavalier and Stephen J. Hafen in the mix, the board aims for a cultural reset. With legislative discussions about increasing confidentiality in presidential selections, transparency might take a hit, so campus culture and public trust are at stake. Let's hope fresh faces bring fresh changes. All right, last up on today's report card, Utah Valley University President Astrid Tumenez is taking a well-deserved sabbatical following a personal tragedy. Her husband, the beloved adjunct professor Jeffrey S. Tolk, passed away unexpectedly during a mountain climb, an irony lost on no one considering his zest for life and mountains alike. In her absence, Vice President Jim Mortensen steps up, ensuring a smooth sail through what's undeniably troubled waters for Tumenez emotionally and the university structurally. That's leadership paying its dues. And that's your report for today from the City Report with Dean Bark in Salt Lake City. Stay informed and join us tomorrow for more updates.